Hello everyone, greetings to you all. Ella Obans here. Thank you so much for tuning into my video, for watching, for liking and sharing. And to those who recently subscribed, I appreciate you. I see the numbers going up. Thank you so much for sharing and for subscribing. If you're an old subscriber, you know you're my sweetheart. Thank you so much for always returning. I appreciate you. So I want us to have a conversation as a family today, and it's on this cliche that people will always tell you who they are, and when they do, make no mistake, believe them when they tell you who they are. And when I say people will tell you who they are, it's not that they will come and tell you, I'm a witch, I'm a bad person, I'm a wicked person, I am inconsiderate, and all. You are going to learn about these people in the most unexpected way, through their action, through their decision, and through their almost subconscious actions, maybe towards you or people around them. Based on a personal experience I had recently, I carved out a certain information from it and I decided to share with us. So and then told me, oh, I would like to have a bite, I work with this person. So I was like, why not serve yourself some loaves? Now I gave her this because there is this unspoken rule in adulthood that, you know, when we were children, you have to decide the portion you can give to someone. That's even if you want to share. But in adulthood, once you decide to share, it's more respectable when you allow the other person take. And courtesy demands that when you're giving such things, you should take it with caution, not in a way that the other person doesn't have much to spare or much to feast on, right? Mainly on edible things. So I decided to give this person a part of my cake. So when I finished what I was doing, I came back to feast on it. Of course, if you know me very well, you know I like cakes. So I realized that a chunk part of the cake is covered with icing sugar. I mean, it was just a little slice left, and the huge part of it was icing sugar. Just to clear my doubts, I had to ask the other lady. Maybe the person that delivered it covered the whole cake with icing sugar, and there was a little loaf under. Just to clear my doubts, I asked her, how come there is so much icing sugar left for me? Is it the same for you? Can I see the loaf you took? So as God may have it, she still has it. Of course, we both were working, so she haven't even eaten a bite from it. So I was like, well, I feel like you took more of the loaves rather than mixing it with the icing sugar like every other person does when they are offered the cake covered with icing sugar. So she was like, no, she left a chunk part of it for me, it's my own, blah blah blah. So I was like, no, it's not true. Like, it's not like I'm making fuse out of it, and it's not like I can't even get a new one. But I just needed to correct that mistake, that error at that point in time, because I'm going to be working with this person for a longer period of time, so I wouldn't want it to repeat itself, and I wouldn't want a situation where I wouldn't want to share what I have, because I feel like, you know, this scarcity mindset, it's not be enough for me. She's not courteous enough to know what to do and what not to do. So other people were there too. So while we were just dragging it, I was doing it in a very, very funny way when it felt like joke, and they were like, Omo, you took this cake, oh Omo, you took a lot. That this is covered in icing sugar. And believe me, there is so much icing sugar in that particular bowl. I don't even know what to say. So I was like, you can have the rest. So I gave it to her. The business manager came in and she was involved. I mean, she was heading it. So in the sense that we have to invest a certain amount of money, which I consider huge, right? It was interesting and it looked really rewarding, but I have PTSD from the past experience. It was just mere cake, and the worst part of that particular experience wasn't because the cake was eaten by her eventually, even though it was originally mine. No, it was the fact that she doesn't see anything wrong in it, and she kept on denying it, even when it was blaring that this is what she did. And guess what? There was no apology of any sort. I mean, she was so unrepentant or remorseful. So what do you expect? This spells insensitivity and a level of entitlement, and I wouldn't want to do business with such kind of. So obviously I already know this kind of person. As much as she may be she may be a good person, but she doesn't understand human relationship. She doesn't understand when things are going wrong, maybe make adjustments where necessary. So I already knew I can't do that business with her, not because she's not competent, not because it won't bring a better return, but what if things go wrong? How can we fix it? Business is a place where there's going to be disputes, there's going to be challenges, there's going to be ups and downs. So if you try to engage it with someone who doesn't understand conflict resolution, who is barely conscious, or whose conscience is nowhere close to being alive or sensitive to people around them, then you are setting yourself up for a great fall, and it's not advisable. So this is me reminding you that be conscious of people you work with, be conscious of people around you. Observe the tiniest details. You mustn't go around looking for wrongs and mistakes and loopholes. Of course, nobody's flawless. Everybody have their flaws. But you see those core parts, the empathy aspect, the sympathy aspect, the area of admitting you're wrong when necessary is not negotiable. And like I said in the beginning of this, people will show you who they are directly or indirectly. And it's your job to believe them. You don't need to castigate them, criticize them, or even isolate them. It just gives you a clue on how to relate with them, the limits at which you can relate with them. Because this person may be a good person, she may be good at her work, she may be even good looking, but based on that aspect, I know that we can work together because I strongly believe in conflict resolution. It doesn't matter whether it's actively a conflict or inactive, like indirectly, whether it's a direct conflict or indirect one, there should be a room for resolution. I mean, where you take responsibility for your action, and that is one of the ways to thrive in business. So these are my thoughts for the day, and well to subscribe, like, and share. Leave me a comment, let me know you stopped by. I hope this blesses you. I am Ella Ovans, and my intentions is to see you fulfill your purpose to the fullest. To have an amazing day. Bye now.